After an 8-hour lull in launches, and actually we're getting sirens right now, and I'm not sure where this missile is coming from. It may not be Iran, it could be Lebanon. Let's get off the sticks here just to prepare. The reason I'm not sure if it's from Iran is because we just got a notification from the Army that people could leave bomb shelters, and these sirens just started to sound at the last minute, and so we'll have to see where this incoming fire is coming from. But just to give you a sense of what's happening here, this is a conflict that is expanding regionally. And this information that we're getting from the Turkish Defense Ministry indicates that the Iranians are launching more of their long-range ballistic missiles. And they do have thousands of them in their arsenal, 2,000 to 3,000, just before this conflict began.
What unfolded in the last several hours represents a major shift, a coordinated multi-front assault on Israel that signals something far more dangerous than a single exchange of fire. Iran and Hezbollah appear to have moved together, simultaneously. Missiles from one direction, rockets and drones from another. A pincer move designed not just to cause damage, but to overwhelm, and it's working to create exactly the kind of chaos they intended. Sirens exploded across Tel Aviv and the surrounding areas without warning. Families grabbed their children and ran. Thousands of people, again, flooding into shelters, pressing themselves against walls, waiting for the sound of explosions to stop. This is the reality on the ground tonight. Not statistics, not diplomatic cables, families, underground, waiting. The footage coming out is jarring. A Fox News reporter, live on camera, mid-broadcast, and right behind him, you can see missiles streaking across the night sky, then the explosions, then the crew moving, fast, finding cover. That's not a news segment. That's a war zone in real time, beamed directly into your living room. Social media is flooded with videos, smoke billowing near high-rise buildings, streets covered in shattered glass and debris, emergency crews moving through the chaos, trying to assess what just happened and who needs help. Now let's talk about the firepower involved, because this matters. Iranian media is confirming that Kheibar Shekan ballistic missiles were used in this attack. Again, long-range, advanced, built to travel over 1,400 kilometers and designed, according to Tehran, to challenge modern missile defense systems. And this time, those missiles weren't coming alone. Hezbollah was launching simultaneously from Lebanon, rockets, drones, multiple vectors, multiple threats arriving at the same moment. This is the saturation strategy, and it's deliberate. You don't just try to hit a target, you try to exhaust the defense. You make the Iron Dome do the math on 100 incoming objects at once and hope something slips through. That's not warfare. That's arithmetic designed to kill people. Israel's defense systems are active. They're intercepting. They've been doing this longer than most countries have even had these conversations. But every military analyst will tell you the same thing. No system is infinite. No defense holds forever under unlimited pressure. Iran's messaging has been consistent and it hasn't softened. They blame Israel. They blame the United States. They say this confrontation didn't start with them, but they are absolutely certain it will end on their terms. That's not a country signaling restraint. That's a country that has decided it's already in this fight. And then there's Hezbollah, operating out of Lebanon, armed, organized, and now apparently synchronized with Tehran in a way that should concern every security analyst watching this unfold. This is no longer a bilateral tension between Israel and Iran. This is a coalition, and it's actively engaged. The international community is watching. World leaders are issuing statements. But statements don't intercept missiles. Statements don't pull families out of rubble. What happens in the next 24 to 48 hours could determine whether this stays a regional crisis or becomes something the entire world gets pulled into. Energy prices, shipping lanes, military alliances. The dominoes are lined up, and right now someone's hand is hovering over the first one. But strip all of that away, strip away the geopolitics, the missile specs, the diplomatic language. What you're left with is this. Families in Tel Aviv are sitting in shelters right now, listening, waiting, hoping the next explosion they hear is an interception and not something worse.
Is it the Iron Dome?
Yeah, that would probably be Israel's Arrow 2 or 3 systems. And I can still hear sirens sounding in the distance. We're going to try to get an understanding of where this launch came from. It is possible this was still from an Iranian barrage that was launched a bit earlier. My producers are going to check right now. but you can hear those explosions. That was a lot of air defense going off at the same time from multiple different directions around Tel Aviv. And again, an alert had just gone out from the army telling people they could leave bomb shelters, and you saw those people behind me that were sheltering underneath that bridge. This is really the reality here for the Israeli people as this conflict continues. We have this gear on and a helmet we have seen in the past when these missiles get intercepted overhead, large fragments of the missile falling to the ground below. And yesterday, the Iranians launched a ballistic missile with a cluster warhead on top. It broke apart on the outskirts of Tel Aviv, and when we arrived at one of the scenes in a community called Bnei Brak, just outside of the city, you could see how one of these missile fragments flew through the side of a building. And so it's an incredibly dangerous moment for the Israeli people. And we should also note the Iranians are reducing the amount of missiles they're launching because the Americans and the Israelis are hitting these launching positions so frequently, they're not able to get off these large barrages.
And the world is watching, some with concern, some with calculation, as the Middle East edges closer to the edge of something nobody can fully predict. The missiles are still flying, the sirens haven't gone silent, and the question that matters most right now isn't who started this, it's whether anyone can stop it.